Hey folks, welcome back. I'm getting the same issue with the logistics again this turn, and I'm kind of a bit baffled as to why it's happening. Look, because we were needing, you know, I don't know, X amount of LIP going this way, right? LIP being logistics points, whatever they're called now. For some reason, they were only pulling 50 because, I mean, this is how many we used down here, right? So we were getting 50 on this point at the maximum. So it was only pulling 50 out this way, but we've still got 500 left over up here. I just don't understand how that works. And the traffic light is specifically set to block 90% of all logistics except pull. Okay, that's what this means. It means this is not blocking pull points. So why did it not pull out this way? Someone explain that to me, because I do not understand that at all. It's just really, really weird. Like there's no reason why that should happen. It's starting to bug me to the point of just, you know, kind of, I don't know. I'm enjoying the game, but this situation is irritating me now because it's just just randomly every fucking turn I seem to get this issue where. Or every other turn now, I'm having an issue where the logistics just decides not just to do its own thing. Like here, why did I've got this? There are no traffic lights on this route here. So why at this point is it not sending anything to the left here? I mean, we have got bottlenecks here, and for some reason, I don't know why. But this I must have made a mistake here. But this route was back online for some reason. So I've blocked that one off again. I don't know how that happened. That must have been a mistake on my side. It was only a few points. It shouldn't have made any damn difference. Oh, it was like 200 points. Look, that was the initial points, and we used 200 of them as well. But yeah, that shouldn't really have made any difference. And we're going to get a branching penalty from that. But like actually fixing that hasn't really made a whole lot of difference here. Look, I've even got another truck station up here, and we're still, you know, only getting like 45 out this way. It's kind of bugging me now. Like it's this, right? This is the issue. Even with traffic lights in place here, and this is blocking everything, including pull points, right? I'm still getting 700 excess points going down this way. I know that it's something to do with this blockage. Right, it's got to be something to do with this blockage and stuff coming out from the SHQ here. But I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, I've got a truck station 2 up here, which means that next turn we're going to be getting 700 up that way and 300 down this way. Let's have a look at what we use. We use 300 and 300 that way. So this, I mean, maybe that will fix it. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to tell though, because I think that's what's going on here. I think that we're getting the blockage. We're getting a bottleneck, and so we've got you know, a truck station here that's now sending more down that way. But I kind of don't understand why. Look, if this truck station here has got enough trucks to send 700 logistic points to this square, where they're not needed, it does not need that many. Why doesn't it send them this way instead, where they're needed, to here and here? Don't know. I can't work it out. It doesn't, like, I can't do it in a multiplayer. I can't just sit and fuck with this, you know, during a multiplayer game. It's just, you know, it's not something that is, you know, I can do really. I can't, because if I start losing troops, the diplomatic situation here starts going south because, you know, Kale's like, oh, he's starving. And what would I do in that situation? I'd attack him. You know, when someone's weak, you attack them. That's how this game should work. So I just think that, yeah, it's bugging me now. It's kind of bugging me because it's like, this is causing me big problems in the game. And it's kind of getting to the point where it's stopping it being fun, because it's starting to get to the point where it's stopping it being fun. Because all I want, right? What do I want from this? If I'm not just going to be moaning, because I don't like people who just moan for no reason, and I get that, right? I'm not just moaning here. I want to know, how does the pull system work? I want somebody to tell me that question, and and the answer, it just decides where you need the logistics points, and then it sends them, because that's not true. It doesn't work like that. I mean, I need to know how it works. What is its priority? You know, where does it send truck points to first in the order of operations within which it decides where it's going? Because that can't be right. This is broken. It's not working. Unless this is working as designed, and you then are expected to use some elaborate traffic light combination in order to then send your truck points in the way you want. But then in that case, what's the point of the pull system? That was the whole point of the pull system. It was supposed to stop excessive traffic light management. Now, the difference is that it's just confusing as hell, because in the old system you had to use traffic lights to organize, right? But that worked. That worked consistently. A lot of people didn't like it because they felt it was too much micromanagement, whatever that means, in a game that is basically a game about micromanagement. So, adding 20 seconds onto your turn time, is that big micromanagement? I didn't think so. I thought it was fine. But now we've got a situation where we've got an inconsistent system that works 90% of the time, but 10% of the time it doesn't work. It causes catastrophic problems, and it bugs me. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about this because I already deleted one episode because I kind of went on about it for half an hour while I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out then. And honestly, I've got to the point where I'm not willing to spend any more time searching through it to try and figure out what's going on. Like here, I'm assuming that it's something to do with the priority of the SHQ. So stuff has to come back down to the SHQ, and this is what's, and then it's got to go back out from the SHQ. I know that's what's causing the bottleneck here. I know that. I know enough about how the game's logistics works to understand that part. Right? But why is that bottleneck occurring when we've got truck stations so close that they could be lending the truck stations their points here, but they're instead, no, even with the traffic light, they're sending it down that way. This doesn't make sense. Like that, this system is not working. So, maybe somebody some hotshot logistics person from Shadow Empire, player can come in and explain to me exactly how this is working. And after the game's over, I can provide game saves, so you can go through it and you can figure it out, and you can tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong that's causing this problem. But I tell you, I can't figure it out, and it doesn't make any sense. Right. BP production is at 508 points, so we've made a promise here. We've gained efficiency goals. We've conquered Brighthorn, so we've got a fate pack. We've discovered power banks. Heavy machine gun infantry army is a good one. I like that. And we've got some cards, including eager industrialists, which I always like. We're starting to get some more. We're getting staff council stuff in now as well, if you can see. Import tariff increase. I think I've already got import tariffs up to 25% with Kale. Let me have a look at this. I don't think I can see. Sorry, bear with me. Trade report. Yeah, look, we're going to be making money on imports here, I think. Let's just go to treasury cash flow. Sales and income. Oh, we made a lot of revenue. Look, we sold a whole bunch of water. That's why. Wow. We made 5,000 credits of revenue this turn. That's crazy. Where else did we make money? Hang on a minute. Oh, we sold. Yeah, we're importing. We're making. Yeah, look at this. 50% import tariff to Phoenix Legion. We're making 1,000 from our trade. That's a lot of money. So not all is not lost. Let's have a look at the history before we go any further. Looks like that other zone is pushing in on me. They're part of my territory anyway, I think. Those guys are under my protectorate, Doggerwhite. Sorry, these guys. Oh no, who's this then? Darkshire. Oh, they're okay. Those are someone we can attack. Yeah, we're starving here. Look, we're starting to lose tanks and everything because we're starving. It's really, really annoying. Yeah, I'm like, we're starving. Look, we've got loads of people starving here. This is fucking pissing me off. This is right. There's no reason for this to happen either. This is just literally a problem with the pool system. I haven't done anything wrong here. Like normally, I'd say to people, "You haven't got enough logistics points." I've got loads. Look, oh, 900. There's 900 unused logistic points on this square alone. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm hoping next turn, because we've got a truck station up here at the SHQ. to cover for the fact that the pool system isn't dedicating enough pool points to go back that way like it should do. Yeah, I'm hoping that this will be the last turn of starvation, but I've lost hundreds of troops this turn. I mean, if we go to the organization, sorry, the HQs, which one is it? The third. Yeah, we're losing. We're losing troops all over here. Look, -1 grunts due to starvation. These guys are wrecked. They're absolutely wrecked. They've got their morale is going to be right down. They've got no food. And why? Because this fucking logistics system just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I love Shadow Empire. It is my favorite game. It's still my favorite game, and it will be my favorite game, you know, for the foreseeable future. But until I've got some answers on how the pool system works, I'm gonna keep criticizing this because I think it's a problem. Like, it's a problem because it's a trap. It's a trap for new players, because if they, you know, they're going to be like, why does that not work? Well, I don't know. I can't explain it to you. Sorry, new player. It's nobody else can either. Every time I ask on the Shadow Empire forums, I get a bunch of people who are just kind of like, ha ha ha, Ben, you just don't understand how it works. It's like, okay, explain it then. And then you get tumbleweeds because they don't know either, presumably. I'm presuming that's what it is. Either that or people are just being dicks and they don't want to tell me. But I don't want to believe that. I just think that just sounds like, you know, I don't think that's the case. I don't see why that would be the case. I think it's more likely that people don't actually know because it's a black box system, unless somebody has managed to get into the code, you know. And I don't think that's something that Vic's really wanting to encourage at this stage of the game, and that's fair enough. I'd be the same. I wouldn't want people messing with my game code either. You know, that's just me. I know a lot of people have got very modern ideas on this now because of modding and stuff, but I'm the kind of person who really does not. I wouldn't want people messing with my code, at least not till the game's finished. I understand Vic's reluctance to add modding into the game before the game's finished. I think that's, you know, I think that's wise personally. All right. Yeah, looking good. Let's look at these decisions. As kind of like finding this every turn, it really takes the wind out of me for my enthusiasm to play it. I've got to be honest with you. Military Research Council task priorities. Let's have a look what we got. Look, I think I need to keep it in discovery for a bit because I don't need anything yet. What would you like to change? We would like you to change or confirm our operational armoured army. Just keep it on armoured army, I guess. Get that one out of the way. Independence rallies in Brighthorn. I can't have the unrest there. It's just... oh, crap. Oh well. Whatever. Whatever. Minor work strike in Clyde. Yeah, whatever. And new governor for Brighthorn. Yeah, we need to get somebody in here. We need to get someone good as well by the sounds of it. Have we got any leader cards? Let's have a look. Pack Speaker. Spicker. He's got a reasonable war score. He'll be alright. Okay. Brighthorn to a minor city. No. Karen Fort's Pax one of our spies. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we just do this. Okay. Spies of Empire Dick. I can't remember. I'm trying to. I need to really be helping Richard, I think, because he's not doing so good. I'm not saying he's not doing well, but he's small. Meritocracy, enforcement, autocracy, and heart government. Let's just go with the Justice Knights. He's not someone we want to be undermining. Our spies have found. Tribes of man found info. This is Hyde. So I'll talk about some of the diplomacy that's kind of going on under the surface. Oh, look at these. That's interesting. He's gone into meritocracy and democracy. Oh, he's got meritocracy and democracy. He's doing all right here, actually. I don't want him to get too strong at the same time. He's not a rival like like Kale is. Mind, heart. I mean, all of these are pretty good for him. He's actually got a quite good. He's got quite good spread of stuff there. I suppose in Castello Republic found information. I forget which of these are. I'll just put Citizens League in. And then we need a new commander for the 4th machine gun. Oh, damn it. I don't have anyone. Okay, let's start scrapping some cards. Let's start scrapping some cards, I think. See what we can get rid of. I'm just going to get rid of all the cards that I really don't think I'm going to need. I don't spend any of these really expensive fate point cards on these ones. High-tech vault's not... High-tech vault might be useful later on if I don't find any high-tech stuff. What else can we get rid of? Let's get rid of some cards that we don't need for the time being. I think I'll keep those. Leaders. Let's just get rid of a few of those that we don't need. I might need these investigate leader cards later on. These are good. Okay, we've got a bunch of scrap cards. Let's get some stratagems. Okay, Commercial Inspector 2. I really need some... If I go to zone card... Okay, Commercial Waste. Yeah, so I need these guys, so let's scrap in here. Okay, doesn't seem to make a difference. Automatic Private University, that's actually pretty good. Need to scrap another card. Commercial Farmer. Alright. I really should have put that guy who was just in there into a zone rather than into the new formation that I created, but just get a leader of anything. Oh, look. Why is he suitability 38? Oh, it's because he's got a decent bunch of skills. He's got War 16. He'll do. He'll do. Okay. Yeah. Look how much starvation I got. That's absolutely horrendous. I must have lost, you know, several thousand troops. That's really peed me off, man. Right. Okay. Anyway, and no more negativity for this. Right. So, Empire of Man are suggesting that we somehow between the two of us, we somehow cause a war between Richard and Phoenix Legion, between Empire of Dick and Phoenix Legion, and not as a as a game-ending war, just to kind of take him out, because that's not fun. We're not trying to dogpile him totally, but more that Richard needs to expand, and we were thinking that it might be interesting if we can cause a border dispute between these two in order to cause Kale to have to redirect some forces, and then we can actually all attack him and just take a little bit of his territory, because he's way too big, man. He's really big. And by the way, apparently everyone can get stuff into my zones really easily at the moment. They're all kind of bragging that it's dead easy to get stuff into my zones. It must be because I don't have any security. I think that's got to be it. So I'm going to have to put some security stuff up, but I can't do it now. I daren't have anything going out of my zone until these ridiculous logistics issues are fixed. So I'm just not going to do anything. I don't know what to do to fix this. Nothing seems to work. Like nothing seems to work. Like we're saying we're getting 200 out there now. Is that true though? Because I don't know. I don't know if actually we're going to get 200 out that way. Okay, now it's saying 300. So we should be getting 300 logistics points up that way. What about down here? We're still getting 900 up here and none going that way. So these guys are still going to be starving. But, and again, I don't know what to do about that. How do we do it? I mean, do we just block off points down there completely? If we do that, these guys are going to starve, right? It's saying they're taking 39 now. Well, that's done it, look. Now we're getting hundreds up that way. But we had to block off a whole bunch down there. It's just doesn't make any sense. Okay, now we're getting 200. What are we using down there? We've used 900 points. What are we using 900 logistics points down? Oh, that's initial. My bad. All right, so we've used 400. That's a lot. What's going on down here? Is this? It must be the metal. But I looked at this last term, didn't I? All right, 100 metals going out. Could that do it? Could that? I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot of metal coming out. That could do it. But still, we need more going up that way. It still doesn't make sense. It's because I tell you what, right? It still doesn't explain why we've got 500 left over unused. Our initial points was 900. Our current points was 700 before I started moving stuff down here, or 600 or 500, whatever. We've used like 400. So why have we got 500 left over and it's still not sending it up that way? There's no explanation for it. It's just this traffic. It's this pull system not working. It's the logistics system just, and having two systems confusing now, because now you've got to be like, okay, I've got to account for the fact that the pull system might not work. So I might as well either A, turn it off, or B, try to predict where, like, you know, even if I ask for more pull to come down here, look, for example, if I put custom pull points down here, and we put this back where it was, still not working. It's still sending 1,000 down that way. Why? Why would it do that? That just makes no sense. It's just, this system fucking sucks, man. What does overrule do? Right, let's try that. No, still not doing it. I don't know. I give up with it, to be honest with you. I was threatening just to turn it off. The thing is, it's so convenient when it works that I don't want to turn it off. I'm reluctant to do so because it's so convenient. Because it means in the early game, I don't have to, you know, mess around too much with this, you know, with this stuff. But at the time that I've lost with a little bit of basic micromanagement with doing, you know, the old style push based system, I'm losing because I'm having to spend, you know, I mean, this is what I've spent like. I've probably spent an hour and a half now over the last 3 turns trying to figure out how to fix this issue where I'm just getting points wasted down here. It drives me bonkers. I'm gonna put a warning up on this side, say just be aware, if you don't want to hear me moaning about the logistics system, don't listen to this episode. I can't delete any more episodes. I deleted one because I was actually swearing quite a lot, because I was really annoyed about it, and when I saw it this turn I was just like, oh, not again. Just done it again. I know that, yeah, when you build stuff, it just puts strain in your logistics system. But look, there's loads of logistics points free. I can tell. I know. I can see them. They're here. There's 500 on this text. There's 600 here that weren't sent up in this direction. Why? Why is that? Like, you know, does that work? I don't know. I just can't figure it out. It just doesn't seem to. I mean, I can maybe cut off points going that way. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. It's not having any effect. I don't know. I don't really understand how it works. All it needs is Vic to basically go, okay, here's kind of the rough priorities of the way that it works. Look, that works. If I cut it all off that way, but then I'm not getting any logistics down there. So it either wants all of it. See, that's sending 400 down there, but I think we're gonna. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we're going to get starvation like that. But that's getting somewhere near it. Why doesn't the pull system do this automatically? This is what this algorithm is supposed to do. My understanding of it. It's the whole point in the whole fiasco of fixing this problem, this issue that wasn't even a problem. I'm still a bit salty that people complained about this but minor issue about traffic lights to the point where Vic had to spend shitloads of development time making this new system, and it's now way more confusing, way more complex, so it's more difficult for a beginner to learn, and it doesn't work. And you know, if people are sitting there going, Ben, you're so stupid, here's how to do it, because, you know, blah blah blah, please show me how to do it. Okay, show me exactly what I'm doing on here that's wrong. As soon as the game's over, you can have my game saves, you can go through it, and I will happily stand corrected. I've not got such a big ego that I care about being right on this. I just want it to work. I'd love it if somebody said, "Hey Ben, you're just being stupid. Here's what you're doing wrong." Please do, and I will shake your hand and say thank you. Now my game, you know, now I can enjoy the game, and I don't have to spend time moaning about something that I don't understand. But as it is, I can't figure this out. And by the way, I've been doing a computer science degree for like 4 years. I'm well advanced into a computer science degree at a university with a highly theoretical, you know, at a good university. It's one of the best in the country. So I ain't stupid. And if I, you know, when I've got the time, I'll sit back through here and I'll do the mathematics myself. Like I can do degree level maths, but it's not something that I enjoy doing in my spare time. I've got to be honest with you. If I have to do that stuff all day normally, I don't want to be doing it when I'm playing a game. So I'm really not a min-maxer in that respect. So I'm perfectly capable of understanding what's going on, including the algorithms behind it. You know, I could program these algorithms if I gave myself enough time. And by the way, I don't mean to be, I'm not being a dick about Vic. I think he's an amazing programmer. He's an amazing developer. He's made my favourite game ever. So this is not a rant at Vic. It's not his fault. I just think that there's either something wrong that doesn't work in it, or the algorithm needs tweaking so that it doesn't do stuff like this. You know, sending 500 useless points down here when it should be sending them up this way. If I'm not using the custom pull points correctly, please let me know how to do it, because I can't figure out how they work. And, you know, yeah, just I need some help with it. Someone help me. And, you know, if nothing else, if nobody can, you know, at least admit that nobody knows how it works, so that we can ask Vic and say, "Hey Vic, can you just shed some light on how the pull system is supposed to work, please?" So that we can diagnose problems like this when they come, because at the moment they're impossible to diagnose, and it makes things really annoying. Anyway, back to the diplomacy. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this. I think Richard's already kind of annoyed with, he was, you know, not in real life. Just understand, by the way, everything that's said here is completely just, you know, within the realms of the fantasy of the game. Richard was kind of like, "No, back off. You're undermining my empire." Looking like he was really not happy about this. If I was Richard, I'd declare war on him now and take all this back. Kale's got no right to be here. He's got no right to be here. I think that's how we're going to approach it. We need to kind of like encourage Richard that if he does invade Kale, we will make sure that he's allowed to take as much as he wants, under the threat that, you know, if you don't let Richard take back some of the territory that you've undermined from him, we'll both invade you at the same time, and then you'll have big problems. But like, again, you kind of got to be careful, because I don't want Kale to have a bad game either. But he knows, right? This guy's really clever. he's a really kind of, he's good in Dominions, and he's good at this as well. He's really, really very good at understating. Sorry, Kale, I'm giving you secrets away now, and maybe you'll disagree with me and not, you know, and think that I'm being, you know, devious here. But no, he is really, really good at understating his position, and he doesn't tell you what's going on. Like, for example, Hyde has noticed that he's got metal soil filtration up now. Where is it? It must be in his main zone, I'd have thought, in Phoenix Command. Yeah, he's got demetallization. Look, he's getting level 2 up. This dude is really, really high. Then he got Industry 1. He's got High Command 4, bureaucrat. Like, he's really rushing the bureaucratic stuff. I need to do the same, I think. I think that's kind of one of the things. Now, I can build whatever I want in High Peak here. I'm immediately going to get the next level of truck station up. Immediately. I think I've got to that point of the game where there is one thing that I do know that I can do in order to fix this logistics issue, at least partially, and that's just to keep building more truck stations. That's not going to hurt me. That's only going to, I mean, you know, you have to get more people working in it, I think. No, it's hardly anything. I mean, the upkeep's not that much, and you do need more worker points, but yeah, it's more workers, and it costs a lot more fuel to keep going, but that will help, right? That will at least cover for the fact that this system is just kind of not doing what it's supposed to. I can't understand. By the way, I cannot understand why this is not sending these points around here. That just makes no sense to me. There's no traffic lights here now. Look, I've got rid of all the traffic lights even. I think my best guess is what's happening is this: High Peak sends stuff out, right, and there's a bottleneck here. When the bottleneck occurs, it goes, oh, I can't send it, and we've got no truck points anymore, so we're gonna have to go this way, right? But these points have already been allocated down here, down that way, so these points are not available for reallocation in order to fulfill the needs of the logistics system up here. That's what I think is happening. I think there's an order of priority, and basically, you know, that one's gone, oh, right, I need it down here, so it sends all those down there. Then the SHQ sends them all up here. Okay, one thing I will admit is what I've not looked at a whole lot is actually going into the SHQ controls. Let's go to the SHQ. Where are we? In High Peak. Right. And figuring out the priority. So if we go to the zone, hang on. No, we don't want to change the SHQ. Unit admin, that's it. The only thing I can think of is messing around with this stuff. So, you know, figuring out whether we're going from zone to why I don't understand why that would make a difference to the order of priority in which it sends it out here. Maybe it's something to do with that, and I'm spitballing here, but maybe like adjusting these percentages, because these are the limitations, right? What's the maximum percentage of logistics points the SHQ is allowed to send items to zones? What's the maximum it's allowed to send it to units? That's replacements. If I increase this, does that make any difference? I don't know. Doesn't seem to have. What we got here at the end, 95 on this point, on this hex here. Let's try changing this, and I hope this doesn't have any negative effects. Let's just change that to 0, right? Let's just for the funsies of it. No, it makes no difference. It's made absolutely no difference. So, yeah, I don't know. I just let's put it up to 60. I don't know. I mean, I might end up with starving zones, and you got to be careful just randomly changing stuff. Kind of at that point though, where I kind of feel like I need to. But look, it should not make a difference. There are points coming out, presumably from. It's not Border Fort. It's presumably from Westcliff here, that are not being sent down like that. It's sending too much down there. Why? Why is it doing that? Got 500 excessive points down there when we needed we needed several hundred up here. Just didn't do it. It boils my blood, I tell you. And it shouldn't be. This is, you know, as an engineering type of person, I shouldn't be annoyed by this problem. I should just see it as a challenge. I'll be candid with you, and I'll tell you what is pissing me off about it. It's the kind of community attitude towards it that I get. It's people like it was. I put a thread on this before, and I had one guy who was literally just really rude to me, and it was just like, if you can't show me exactly what is wrong, then just go away, and I can't help you. I was like, I didn't even ask for your help, man. And the other thing, like, so I just kind of got somebody just being rude. And I understand some, you know, people from different countries and that don't always have the same understanding of being polite. I've travelled in country. I've hung out with people who are I'm not gonna mention any nationalities because I'll get called racist, but there are certain nationalities of people who are perfectly nice, who don't have the same, you know, they don't have politeness like we do, and that's absolutely fine. I can understand that. I get it, but I know when someone's just been a dick and when they're not. Right? Because I've travelled and I've spoken to people. I know when, you know, a person from X country who doesn't have the same level of politeness is being a dick, as when somebody who is, you know, who has this, you know, not that level of politeness is not being a dick. You can tell the difference. I can tell the difference between being blunt and then being rude. And yeah, so I got people being rude to me. I got other people who are trying to be helpful, and I struggled to be able to explain exactly what it was that was the problem. And so I think some people were probably getting a little bit frustrated because it didn't really feel like I was giving them enough information. But it's kind of hard for me to know. The closest I've ever been able to figuring out the enunciation of this issue is to be able to say, okay, this, you know, I feel that there is something to do with the you know, I can see a problem. Here's the problem. That is the problem. Why is it not going out that way when the pull is supposed to pull it out to the people who need it? I mean, unless these guys are just are saying that they don't want, you know, they've been set somehow to not have resources, but that's not right. I know that I've not done that. So the closest I've come to being able to figure out what the problem is, that is saying that You know, the pull system should be pulling out supplies to a certain place, but it's not here. And what confuses the issue is because the whole system of logistics in Shadow Empire is so complicated that it gives people license just to kind of like go, well, I need to see a game save because I can't figure it out from the way you describe it. And that's fair, right? That's a fair thing to say. But I don't know. Either I'm dead dumb and I'm not. I don't think, like, I don't mean to be arrogant, but I'm not stupid. You know, I'm stupid enough to have gotten through a computer science degree at a good university. So I'm not stupid. I can do maths. And I can, you know, I can work out logic. Logic is something that I've done a lot of, and you know, finite state machines and reasoning and agents and all this kind of, you know, all the AI stuff. I've done all this stuff. I know how to. I know I can figure this stuff out. The thing is, I can't figure out. I don't know how Shadow Empire is doing it, and I'm struggling to be able to kind of describe exactly what the problem is because I can't figure out what the problem is. All I know is that it's not working. So really, I either need somebody who knows how it works, which is probably going to be Vic, unless he's told other people how the algorithms work, or you know, he's just got to go in and look at this issue and go, there's a problem here, you know. Or just, I mean, I might just send this video to Vic and just say, look, Vic, can you please help me diagnose this problem because I can't figure out what's going on. I think I'm going to do that because it will probably put my mind at rest. Vic might be too busy and he might. I feel like I'm abusing the privilege that I've got, you know, because I do email him from time to time and he usually replies, and you know, I don't want to abuse that because I just don't. I'm not a fucking celebrity. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't owe me anything. But he's been very good. I think he just likes people playing his games and he likes the feedback. So I expect if I ask him, I'll get some kind of response. But that would be nice. Maybe I'll do that. But it's just, yeah, I'd like to figure out what this problem is. Maybe it's just me missing something dead obvious in the, you know, in the game controls that I'm just not understanding. But my understanding of it was that this was supposed to fix things. Anyway, right, okay, I'm going to stop now. I'll catch you in the next episode, guys. Take care.